Hey, what's going on, guys? Hammer here, and so I'm in my hot tub right now, but because I was just like, my back hurts like heck right now. But you know what? I'm not just gonna be doing like a vlog in here. No, I'm gonna be doing something a little different. And I was thinking, some things that people say are really bad, really are not that bad. So guess what? I'm gonna be doing this new series that I like to call "It Wasn't That Bad." Or wasn't that bad? But I think "It Wasn't That Bad" is a better title. So today I'm going to be talking about a few different things and and explaining why I do not think they are that, and explaining why I personally think they aren't that bad. Just this is my own opinion. So if you get offended, don't be. This is my opinion only. My opinion, mine only. So, this is my own personal opinion on what I think was not that bad. I'm going to be talking about why Cyberpunk 2077 wasn't that bad. So, yeah, I said it. Cyberpunk 2077 is not a bad game. Now, I know a lot of people are saying right now, the Cyberpunk 2077 is one of the worst games to ever come out of this generation of gaming. No, it is not the worst game. You know why? Because I'm going to be listing on a few things. Why I think people are wrong, why I think I'm correct, and my final thoughts. I guess on that. Now, let's go over the first part. Why I think people are not correct about this. Well, you see, when Cyberpunk 2077 came out and people got the game, people thought it was really gosh darn unplayable and was glitchy as heck, had way too many bugs, and it was virtually just unplayable. So people obviously were like, no, this game sucks. It is a game of 0%. Yet I think on Metacritic, correct me if I'm wrong, it has like a 22? I think, I have no idea. But still, Cyberpunk is not a bad game, and I'll tell you why. For one thing, have you heard about updates and patches? Yeah, if you don't know what I'm talking about, to those people who are like, what are those? Which I'm pretty sure everybody should know what those are. Basically, updates and patches fix stuff so it makes the game more playable. I mean, seriously. I personally myself have not played Cyberpunk. But honestly, people, even when it's like all fixed up and it's way more playable, people only play the game for like 5 or 10 minutes and they're already like, this game is boring, it's not good, it's not interesting. Maybe if you played the game for a little bit longer, you wouldn't think those things. So I'm personally saying why you're wrong about this is, one, just because the game is buggy as heck and glitchy as heck, and it's just unplayable, it doesn't make the game immediately bad. Just wait until there's updates and bug fixes and patches to the game. That way, it can become more playable and you can enjoy it a little bit more. Secondly, play the game for longer than 10 minutes. That way, you might find something interesting. I mean, I played Skyrim for the first time, and I was like, you know what, the Skyrim series is just, I'm not sure about it. But when I played Skyrim, I was like, oh, this is actually a really good game. I might be like with the same thing on Cyberpunk. Oh, also, you want to know why you're having some of these problems? You need more updated hardware, because I'm sorry if there's anybody with like a Xbox One or a PS4 who's like, oh, doesn't look as impressive as I thought it was. Well, you need updated hardware, tongue twisted. But you need updated hardware like a Series X or a PS5. That way, it can look better, and, I mean, yeah, that's way you're able to have, like, the full experience of it. So, yeah, I mean, that would make it a little better, as well as the patches and updates, but play it for longer than 10 minutes. And maybe you'll find something interesting in the game, and maybe you'll think it's actually a good game. That's where I think you're all wrong parts where you think it's super boring, and it's unplayable. You two are wrong about that. There's patches and updates and bugs and fixes and stuff that make the game more playable. And it's not boring, you just won't sink enough time into it. Now, why I think I'm correct about all this? For one thing, I give games more than just 5 minutes. I mean, when I played Skate 3, I was like, it's a decent game, but I don't know if I can sink enough time into this to get really invested. But then years later, I'm like, okay, I'm surprised why I didn't play this game a lot more. And yeah, to be fair, and yes, I'm probably going to do something on this on Skate 3, but I sink more than just 10 minutes into games, and I think they're actually really darn good. So if people would give games chances after a bunch of updates or fixes or something like that, if people would give games chances, maybe these games wouldn't get so much hate. So, now, that's all I can say. Now, what are my final thoughts on Cyberpunk? Well, I think it could be an interesting game. I mean, after all, Keanu Reeves is in the game, not just playing like a hologram of himself, but it's just cool to see gosh darn Keanu Reeves in that game. And to be honest, if people would just give games, and honestly, if I had to say something else about Cyberpunk, if I had to give it my own personal rating out of 10, I'm not going to go too high, but I'm going to give the game oh, Jesus. Okay, there we go. But if I had to give my own personal rating out of 10, I'm going to give Cyberpunk a 7.8 out of 10. And if I actually play the game and I think it's really good, the rating might go up a little higher. So there you go. There is my first episode on my new series called It Wasn't That Bad. So, if you have any requests on what you want me to cover, I'll probably do them at some point. So please, tell me what you want to see on this series next. And I'll see all of you next time. So bye everybody and stay hammered.